Hello, class of 2008. My name is Lieutenant Hurley. I work on the fire department. The tan car, which will be to your left, there's a drunk driver in that. Driver. He is not hurt. He caused the accident because he was drinking. The blue car, you notice the female victim laying in the parking lot. She actually got ejected through the windshield, and this happens all the time because she was not wearing her seatbelt. She is a fatality. She is dead at the scene. We are not going to even do anything to her. We'll check her out, and then we're going to move on to another victim. Front seat on the blue car. That's going to be a walking wounded. They'll be out walking around, not hurt bad because they had on their seatbelt. The rear driver's side, that's going to have to use the jaws of life. We're going to use the jaws of life to get that patient out and then transport that female to the hospital. The hearse is also going to come here to remove the fatality on the ground. So try to watch what's going on. These students put in a lot of time and effort to try to get this message across to you so you guys can have a safe prom coming this Friday night. Thank you.
Windshield and she's on the ground. We need you right away. Please come, please come. Please stop breathing. We need some help. Amanda, call her mom.
Right now, these were on lookers. They were following the car back from the prom. They have called 911 by a cell phone, and as you can hear, the apparatus is coming right now. We got the ambulance, the fire engine, the paramedics, and they're going to do what they do every time we respond to a car accident.
I don't know. Kristen? What happened? Stacy. I hear them coming. Just stay with me. Please. Stay with me. Kristen? What happened to my baby? What happened? Did you guys see anything? I didn't see anything. Honey, talk to me. I don't want this to happen to me. Oh my God.
Firefighters have just arrived on scene. They have to assess what they have to do, how many victims they got, and try to get the people out of the car as safely as possible. The firefighter is checking out the girl who is on the ground to see if she's alive. He did not detect the pulse. With the severity of her injuries, he is covering her with a blanket right now because there is nothing that we can do for this patient at all. Police officer now is doing a sobriety test on the drunk driver. Fire department is getting the jaws of life ready. They're going to use that to open up the car and cut the roof off so we can get out that patient in the back seat.
We'll put up 12 inches like this. We're going to count by 1,000. Okay, when I tell you to do so. Count by 1,000 until I tell you to stop. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 1,000.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. 1,000. 2, 1,000.
Fire department also is in full turnout gear with helmets on, gloves. That's to protect their body so they don't get cut by the sharp edges on the car or broken glass. And that's how we have to dress every time we go out to a motor vehicle crash, similar to what's in front of you right now. All the windows have to be broken in the car, as you see the fire department doing that right now.
Want to fire up the tool here, George?
Fire department is getting the jaws of life ready. They're going to use that to open up the car, cut the roof off so we can get out their patient in the back seat.
Where are they? That's not right.
The EMTs are checking the two patients behind that car. They're treating them for their injuries, putting them on a longboard, and putting a collar on their neck just in case they have a neck or a back injury. You can see how time-consuming this is also, trying to get the car open. This is in daylight conditions. This could be 3 o'clock in the morning out in the highway where it's dark and you can't see. They were just able to pop the door open with the jaws to gain access into the car now. Now they're going to actually take the scissors and actually cut the hinges off to remove the door right off the car so we have more room to get into working on the patient. Now the fire department is cutting the back of the roof, making a cut in there, and then they're going to cut the posts, then they're going to flip the roof right up. So we have access right into working on the patient. A couple of the people that were involved in the crash are now going into the other ambulance to be treated. Family members are looking over, grieving over the fatality on the parking lot. This happens every day out on the highway. A loved one gets killed because they were not wearing a seat belt and they got ejected from the vehicle. The female that's in the back of the car that they're still cutting up is covered over with a blanket, so there's no glass going into their eyes or over their body, and it's protecting the firefighter who's in the back seat also with that patient. So a firefighter is right next to that patient, the female that's in the back seat of the blue car. They were just able to cut all the posts on the roof. As you can see, the firefighter, they just came out from underneath the blanket. Now they'll be able to get to the patient safely and remove the patient without jeopardizing any injuries. The female that was in the back seat is now being put on a longboard. She has a collar on in case she has any spinal injuries. They're going to strap her down and then they will transport her by the Wilmington ambulance to the nearest hospital.
sheet or a blanket out of the big joint. These are like black. We got total of 3 of them? See around there, straps. Tape.
The patient is now on the stretcher. Everybody saw how long that took. Probably took a good 15 minutes. This is common for extrication from a motor vehicle crash. And they are transporting that patient by ambulance to the hospital. Now arriving is the hearse. They are going to have to remove the fatality.
That's good. Yeah, we need back.
I remembered what you said. You told me not to drink, Mom, so I drank soda instead. I really felt proud inside, Mom, the way you said I would. I didn't drink and drive, Mom, even though the others said I should. I know I did the right thing, Mom. I know you are always right. Now the party is finally ending, Mom, and everyone is driving out of sight. As I got into my car, Mom, I knew I'd get home in one piece because of the way you raised me, so responsible and sweet. I started to drive away, Mom, but as I pulled out into the road, the other car didn't see me, Mom, and hit me like a load. As I lay there on the pavement, Mom, I hear the policeman say, "The other guy is drunk, Mom, and now I'm the one who will pay." I'm lying here dying, Mom. I wish you'd get here soon. How could this happen to me, Mom? My life just burst like a balloon. There is blood all around me, Mom, and most of it is mine. I hear the medics say, Mom,
I just wanted to tell you, Mom, I swear I didn't drink. It was the others, Mom. The others. He was probably at the same party as I. The only difference is he drank and I was I. Why did we, Mom? It can ruin your whole life. I'm feeling sharp pain now. Pain just like a knife.
the guy who hit me is walking, Mom, and I don't think it's fair. I'm lying here dying, and all he can do is stare. Tell my brother not to cry, Mom. Tell Daddy to be brave. And when I go to heaven, Mom, put Daddy's girl on my grave. Someone should have told him, Mom, not to drink and drive. If only they... I would still be alive. My breath is getting shorter, Mom. I'm becoming very scared. Please don't cry for me, Mom. When I needed you, you were always there. I have one last question, Mom, before I say goodbye. I didn't drink and drive, so why am I the one to die?
Clear Melrose, Lakeville, returning pilot. A1 Clear Melrose, returning 1301.
Hold on. All right, step right up. You can. Straight through there to the car. Unlock your hands.
Okay, you're at the Wilmington Police Department. Everything is audio and visually recorded. My name is Sergeant Puper, and the arresting officer is Officer DeLore.
Few words to say to the 2008 student body.
Before asking any questions, it's my duty to advise you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. If you choose to speak, anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult with a lawyer before answering questions, and you may have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you're not afford a lawyer and want one, a lawyer will be provided at no cost before any question. If you decide to answer questions, you may stop at any time.
Somewhere, probably in the United States, on a prom night, this is going to happen. So hopefully it's not going to happen to a Wilmington High student. The hearse is now removing the fatality from the scene. Principal, Mr. Tracy, is now going to have a few words to say to the 2008 student body.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know this was a reenactment, and it was quite moving. And one of the things that certainly jumped out at us is how society drips with temptations for you. The truck that drove down the hill and up the hill while this was going on. It's all around you. And since you've been at Wilmington High School, you hear the messages about responsibility and respect from your teachers. You hear the messages at home. You see what's on the news every day. You see the impact that a death, student death, can have. You are the group that I have been with for 4 years now, the first one through all 4 years. Proud of that. And it's something important to me to make sure that every single one of you makes it to that graduation day and beyond. It becomes the success that I know you'll be. Your teachers, and all the people here, the emergency support personnel, put their time and their effort for months putting this together. They do it because they care about you. They love you. They want you to be safe. The town of Wilmington cares about you enough. Put their pride into you every day when you walk into that building. We look forward to the contributions you're going to make back, and we want you to be there. Think about that. Take care of yourselves. Friday night, take care of each other. Have a great time. Understand the ramifications of decisions. And remember that we all do truly love you. I'd like to take a moment to thank a number of people who participated in this, including all of the students of the SAD group, Students Against Drunk Driving, and Students Against Destructive Decisions. Along with Mrs. Strada, who's in the back up there, who runs that group, members of the police department, the fire department, Action Ambulance, Pride Star Ambulance, A&S Towing, the state police, WCTV for taking the time to tape this and put it together, Mrs. Taylor, and Lindsay Clark, who read that very moving and touching poem. I hope that you take a small piece of this away and connect it to the rest of your lives to make sure that you are great, you are successful, and that you represent Wilmington High School and the town of Wilmington the best that you can. And be safe Friday night. Thank you.
Okay, when you want to make your phone call, just let us know. We'll take care of that, okay?
It definitely makes you think like twice though, because like a lot of people they'll go out after prom and they'll like go to like parties and stuff and they don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. And like this showed you like an actual thing that could happen.
Absolutely.
You really gotta think about it before you go.
Oh, be safe, girl.
I do.
Yeah, just kind of like makes you second think about like everybody like thinking like you gotta go out and party after prom and stuff. Just kind of makes you think about like the real consequences of what could happen to you.
You were the drunk driver last year.
I was the drunk driver last year.
And this year you were the victim who died.
Mm-hmm.
What does all of that say to you about your own behavior at the prom this year?
Well, I personally don't drink anyway. I think it's stupid and it's just not smart for us kids to do, especially because so many people can get hurt from it. But me personally, like I'm never gonna go without my seatbelt, seeing what could happen to me.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you saw in this too, it wasn't just the person who was drunk; he caused everything else. So you could be quite innocent and still get harmed. What about you?
Well, I was the fatality last year. So, yeah, I think it's really important for people not to drink. And I think after prom, like, it makes you want to just go directly to somebody's house or, like, not really drive around anywhere.
Right.
Because you never know who's out there or what other people are doing. And you just want to be as safe as you can.